This concept isn't new. Sure, it's more widespread now, but it's something I always lived through. People keeping their distance from me because of the color of my skin. As an African American, that's the way it's always been. I had people look at me like I'm COVID-19 and like I was contagious before this pandemic was even a thing. And people assume I'll just be another statistic, and many didn't give me a real chance. And far too often, I'm judged after just one glance. Untrusting, judgmental eyes watching my every move. Unlike you, my innocence is something I constantly have to prove. Oh, he must be a gangster, a rapper, a dealer, or a criminal of some kind. When people like you look at me, I know that's what's on your mind. Oh, you cheer for us when we're dribbling the ball or scoring a touchdown. But you sure stay silent when you seen us getting gunned down. And I try my best, and I pretend that everything is fine. But deep down I worry, will I become the next hashtag on a news headline? Prejudice, stereotypes, and racism weigh so heavy on me. This is my virus, and I can't breathe.
Yes, I'm white. But that doesn't mean I'm a racist. I try and value everyone on the same basis. You look at me and what do you see? You see what you assume is just another judgmental white lady. I know that you are judged by your skin color all the time, but I wish that you wouldn't assume that those judgments are also mine. That social distancing has happened in my life too. There have been Black people who don't want anything to do with me. It's true. Black pride is something that is encouraged and fully accepted, but if a white person says they have pride, racism is what gets reflected. Even though I am white, prejudice is something I also sometimes feel. But I do recognize that white privilege is very real. I want my perspective to be heard, but I don't want to come across as a racist person. If I speak up, will things get better, or will tensions just worsen? As a white person, the right way to go about racism is so hard to know. This is my virus, but my symptoms don't always show.
We've built a wall between each other with bricks of our own thoughts and opinions, and when we try to see each other's perspectives, this wall completely blocks our vision. It's time to tear this wall down brick by brick. It's time to realize that this wall is making us so sick.
We all recognize this COVID pandemic going on, but we ignore that the fact that our country's been affected with something else all along.
We are infected by racism in so many ways, breathing in stereotypes and coughing out hate. The racism curve is rising at a rapid rate.
And this virus, it spreads through ignorance, narrow-mindedness, and looking the other way. It spreads, staying in our comfort zones and thinking that's okay.
We've been wearing masks of pride, and when challenged to come out and really listen to each other, we stay inside.
And we've already been limiting our groups. Not by limiting by numbers and space, but by limiting by types of people, by skin color, and by race.
Our symptoms may look different, but our sickness is the same, and we have to stop looking at each other to place the blame.
And it's time to stop sticking to our own people and our own side. And it's time to realize that we all each other's people in God's eyes.
It's time to end this racism virus today. A vaccine of acceptance, love, and listening is the first step in the right way. So please listen to me.
And please hear me out.
This is something
we really need to talk about.
We are all uniquely created by God's hand. And when it comes to each other's different perspectives, we may never fully understand. But that doesn't mean we can't listen, hear each other, and reach out with loving hands. It's time to intentionally come together and take a stand. Let's cure this racism virus and heal our land. Together is the only way we can.